I'm calling you out. You said I should tell you when I'm back on the pod. And I want to remind you because you sold me a not dog. Okay. I remember, girl, my cousin finessed me. Here's what she did. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Growed Up, the show where I talk to you about stuff. Okay, I forgot my intro. It's been a long time. Okay, it's episode 50. And yeah, I just thought I need to do this because I miss doing it. I haven't done it in like months. But today I thought, let me just chit chat. Let me just catch up with my fam, the five of you out there. Hello. I missed you. I love you. And thank you so much for being back here with me. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, share, whatever it is that you listen to this podcast. Follow us. We're still doing this. So, yeah, today's an update episode, mainly because I had a good, I'd say, 7 months where I've not uploaded, I've not thought about like content or my personal, well, not my personal business, but I mean my business, my podcasting business. So I've hmm, kind of is the word that people use when they do not like to be held accountable. So accountability is the theme of this podcast. So I have been extremely neglectful. Before I continue, something is happening where I am like taking my being a technician, a sound engineer very seriously, like you can see my headsets are in my ears and stuff. I never used to wear them before because I thought, what, I'm on video, maybe it's not as pretty or whatever, but like I need to like hear my levels to make sure that everything is good. I don't like what I'm hearing in my ears and I don't know how to fix it. Let me do this. Maybe it'll give me a little bit more peace of mind as to what I'm hearing in my ear that I hate so much. I hate it. It sounds so weird. But it will sound good to you. So it's my problem now. So where have I been? Why have I neglected my show? Why have I been MIA? Well, it's simply because I don't know. I don't know, call it burnout. Um, I got very lazy. I know that, because there was a point where there's always a point where you need to put in more effort than what you're willing to. And you just kind of have to decide from that moment on, where do you want to go with this? Are you actually going to put in the hours? Are you going to put in the time? Or are you just going to be a lazy bitch and not do shit? And I chose to be a lazy bitch and did nothing, But for these past 7 months, I think it's been 6 months, a lot has happened. So I do have some updates. There's been some changes in my life that I'm quite excited about, and I just want to talk about them. But one of the reasons why I struggled to do the work that I was supposed to do is because I changed the format of my podcast. I started to script it. I started to implement a lot more research. And reality is, I don't like to do those things. I don't like to study. I don't like to read. I hate it, right? And mainly because when I do scripting, especially right when I'm writing and all of that, then I start to be critical of what I'm trying to say. And then when I sit here and read the script and say it just didn't flow as well as I wanted it to. And it didn't flow as well as, when I first started with this podcast. The idea behind Growed Up was literally to sit with my friends and just discuss shit about being adults, um, When was the first time you realized you're an adult? What changed? How was your childhood? Like in just discussing different aspects of adulthood, because we go through so much changes, so many um encounters that we have in life, that, like, it's fascinating to grow up and mature and then just see these things unfold. That was the premise of the show. And I changed it over time and it became something that was very interesting. I think a lot of the people that listened to the podcast really received well the self development, the personal development, and how to's, how to become more this and that. Um, that went okay, but because the how to become more productive for me lasts for like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't want to do anything anymore. That type of content was just not sustainable anymore. And when ChatGPT came out, I was like, okay, here's something that's just gonna feed me shit, right? I don't have to really do a lot of thinking of how I can continue on this path. And it helped. Oh, okay. Sorry, I gotta open for the doggy. You wanna go out, boy? No? Oh, okay. I got an update about doggy. I'm gonna tell you. But yeah, because I was now doing like AI type content, it again started to feel so robotic. It didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like it was flowing, the way that I just like to talk. I just want to relax and talk. I don't want to work and talk. You know what I mean? And I think because AI is that robotic, on top of the fact that I am not really the master of self development, I really am trying to be better, but I'm not really the person that you should go to listen to how you should be consistent and disciplined. And I was trying to tap into that unintentionally. I wasn't really like, hey, from now on, this is the type of content I'm gonna do. I think I did about 3 or 4 episodes of that and it went really well. And my friends would be like, oh, that was so cool, do more of that and whatnot. And I would do it, but then it really again became like, just I don't have it inside of me to speak about these things because, bitch, I'm not that me. And then with AI, then it was like in an unmotivated me, right? Plus ChatGPT scripts. And I was just like, fuck it. Nope, I'm not doing it anymore. So I didn't do it. But it wasn't like a decision that I made, like, I'm not doing this shit no more. Things started to happen in my life. So, what started to happen that slowly derailed me from my show? Guys, you all know Milo, okay? Milo is the G of the G, okay? And so, a little backstory for those who don't. Actually, I don't think I've told you all Milo's story. Let me tell you Milo's story. Milo's story is very simple. He doesn't really have that much of a story. Uh, my family and I, my husband, my baby, and my son, my other baby, we left our city life and we moved to small town, and we are now living with my mother-in-law. Right, my mother in love. Oh my god. And so my sister in love, my husband's sister, had adopted a puppy. And at the time, she was going through some changes. Also, she was also moving houses and whatever. And where she was living, then she couldn't hold on to the doggy. So Milo stayed here at my mom in law's house. And that's how I found Milo. And I just took him and he became our family dog. So we just like it. Milo's our dog now. Okay. Because also at the time, my sister, like I was saying, she was in between places. Not really in between places. No, she wasn't in between places, but it's irrelevant to, let me say, bottom line is she could not take Milo with her. All right? All right. So he stayed here. When we moved here, we kept him, right? meaning that you can't have him no more. He's our dog now. So she got another puppy, Zoe, a puppy girl. And growing up, me personally, I've always just owned female dogs. I had Nana, she was a Maltese. I had Smoochie. Oh, fuck, I can't remember her breed, but she's like the curly type, not a poodle, but like, fuck, fuck. Whenever, if ever I bring out Smoochie, I will have internet and I will Google what breed my puppy was. Um, so Nana was the first dog we've ever had. She was a Maltese. She got stolen in Mozambique. Smoochie. Oh, and then after Nana, we had Paloma. Paloma was a boxer, beautiful dog. Oh my gosh. She lived till she was like 13. She lived a very long life. Um, and unfortunately, Paloma passed away, I think, 2000, and my son was born 13. Yeah, I think Paloma lived. Yeah, I think yeah, I think she passed away in 2013. I think we got her around like 2002. Yeah, she died around 2013. And then Smoochie came in between us having, so we had Nana and then we got Paloma. And so we had Nana and Paloma together. And then Nana got stolen. And then Paloma stayed. And then Smoochie came. And then Smoochie got stolen. Oh, and then I had a mutt. My cousin lied to me. She told me, hey, this is a breed. Actually, Debbie, I'm calling you out. You said I should tell you when I'm back on the pod. And I want to remind you because you sold me a not dog. Okay. I remember, girl, my cousin finessed me. Here's what she did. Okay. My cousin, what she done did, okay, was say, hey, listen, there's this dog that had beautiful puppies and I'm selling them. I think she sold them for like, dude, it was so cheap. She made such cheap money out of me, dude. And she's younger than me, okay? So that's how gullible I am. But also shows you how hood my cousin is. She's awake, okay? She's not like the rest of us. My cousin is like in try her. So either way, she told me some bullshit story like, hey, listen, um, this dog had babies and stuff, and I'm selling them. I'm like, is it like in are they pure breeds? So in Mars or in Portuguese, I'll say in Mars, right? We say cão de raça, like in a breed dog. At the rasa, like, is it a breed dog? That's what we want to know because that's what we want, right? We want pure breeds. We don't want no mud. It's like, yeah, it's a breed. I still don't know what that puppy was. But when I got her, I bought it. I bought puppy. And then I hid her in my sweater at the time. It was a jersey, actually. It was like this black and white jersey I had because how I even ended up at my cousin's to come home with this puppy. Mind you, my mom did not know that I'm buying a dog, okay? We had a birthday party in that street. So she told me prior that, we didn't live far from each other, so we saw each other quite often. There were no cell phones in our time. But she told me, hey, there's this dog. If you want, okay, when you come for the party, bring your money and I'll give you the dog. And I did that transaction with her. And my dog, and this was like, and at that time I was already living here in South Africa. This was not a smart thing to do. It was actually not a smart thing to do in hindsight, but it was cute. Okay. But, anyways, I take my dog home. I named her Lassie. I named her Lassie because at that time, Lassie was going on TV in Mars. So, and dude, I couldn't remember anything about Lassie, just that she was a stunning dog. And I thought my dog was the shit. Okay. So I named my doggy Lassie. And I had like this crib that I owned that belonged to a doll of mine that came with that crib. Okay, so if you know, you know, like there's like the little was it like a Moses basket type of thing, and my doll came in that, and I took my doll out of that, and I put Lassie in there, and I covered Lassie up. Yo, the next morning, I just heard everybody like, where the fuck is this dog coming from? What the fuck is this? There's a dog in the house. That's literally how I woke up. And I had to like jump up and be like, don't kill my dog, bitches. That's my dog. I paid a lot of money for that dog. Don't touch my dog. My mom is like, how dare you bring a dog into my house? I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. And she's like, it's my house. I can do what I want. I'm like, well, you know, it didn't go that way because I would never speak to my mom that way. But inside my head, that's kind of like how I remember it. But essentially, I got to keep the dog. Um, Lassie was then murdered. Lassie was murdered by the neighbor's cleaning lady because she hung her laundry and she had a capulana on the washing line. A capulana is like, I don't have one here. But if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's on you. Okay. Africans, our material that we wrap around our bodies to cover, we make the clothes, we do the things. Capulana for us, okay? And she didn't put pegs on it and it fell. And Leslie was like, if I estimate right now, I think that dog was like 4 weeks old, dude. That dog had just started walking. That dog had no business being with me. And mind you, I've never really understood what it was like to like take care of a dog. Because like when you're a kid, you don't take care of your pets. Your parents do. You just like see them around, but you don't really do the grooming and all of that. Your parents kind of take care of that. At least that was the case with me. But my parents were not like the type to have a dog in the house. By the way, no dogs in the house. My even now, like in with Milo and them, they're like dogs outside. Okay, but like in when they need to go to the vet, my parents were there. I remember even Paloma had like um something going on with her womb and she needed to go for surgery. My parents paid for it. Like my parents are good dog financiers. They just not good loving people when it comes to dogs. They're not petting no dog, none of that, right? But either way, Leslie was that small. She was like 4 weeks old. And the lady's capulana fell to the floor. And Leslie's a fucking puppy. She goes to the thing and she cuddles up. That bitch was so pissed off. Not the dog bitch, the human bitch. She wrapped my dog on that thing and just slammed my dog against the wall. And she didn't survive that day. She got seriously injured and that's how Lassie died. So my family had to call me from Mars to tell me like, yo, your dog was murdered. I was so pissed off, dude. Um but yeah, so to say that I've always only owned female dogs and there had never been a male dog in my vicinity. So I never really had to like we never spayed our dogs. We never neutered our dogs. I don't know, spay, neuter, one is for the man, one is for the chick, but we didn't do that. So they went through their menstrual cycles, they lived their lives. Okay, why am I telling you about my female dogs? Is because Zoe then showed up to the picture, right? Remember my sister, she got Zoe? Yeah. And we have Milo here. Milo's a dude, Zoe's a chick, right? And something happened. Oh, this is one of those things that's like, if you're going to own dogs, you kind of have to be like really, really, really alert and educated and like, and don't take this shit for granted. Long story short, these niggas fucked and they had babies. They had babies. Milo and Zoe had puppies. And I tell you, myself, my husband, my son, for like those 2 months were like taking care of this girl. We're like making sure she's eating okay. We're making sure Milo is not bothering her. We're making sure she's warm and that she has enough water. And Zoe is just getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And then I was like, this bitch is pregnant. Like dogs get pregnant, guys, okay? But it goes by so quickly that like in the beginning like, oh shit, she definitely is pregnant right now because you see the titties changing and all of that, but you're like, yeah, she's pregnant. And then somehow like overnight you wake up and that bitch is ready to pop. Okay, Zoe was just she couldn't even breathe. I'm like, damn, girl, damn. So, but throughout this time, I'm doing all the research that I need to do. How can I, take care of this puppy? How can I make sure that she's okay? Okay, she's not a puppy at this stage. She's grown, right? But puppies forever. They're tiny doggies. Um, Delivery, what needs to happen, and I prepared her her whelping nest. Dude, I was like, yo, I can do this shit. Now the confidence that I have in myself, I can I can do this shit, okay? I saw Zoe and they were like, no, she's not sitting still. I'm like, in today. No, the night before, she was just like laying like on this, like those, like just this carpet thing. And she was just like, boom. I'm like, it's not going to be tonight, but it's going to be tomorrow. And just as I said, my husband woke up and he's like, in this dog, just, she's restless. She's just pacing and panting, pacing and panting. I'm like, today is the day. Get everything ready. Get the towels, get the blankets, get the pillows, get everything ready because today we are delivering dogs. Yo, the first puppy that came was at 2 p.m. That was the first dog she delivered. And my God, do I never want to go through this shit ever again. We delivered 7 healthy dogs. 7 dogs. Delivery started at 2 and it ended at like 9:30 p.m. Okay, we were on this shit. Zoe was just dropping shits and babies all over this yard. Like everywhere you went, you just picked up a puppy, picked up a puppy. And the thing is, I know a lot of people who kind of have experience with this will say, no, you just let her do her shit and whatever. I didn't know what she was doing. She is also a first time mom. She was petrified. Like the first dog that she gave birth to, she was like, I hate this thing. She neglected to feed that dog for all those hours. We rushed out to get puppy milk and to make sure that if she rejects this dog, we were like, this dog is not dying. And we claimed him. We're like, he's the first dog and he's our dog because we made sure that nigga survived. But from that moment on, then I'm like, and what do you do when mama rejects the doggy? And then they say, no. As soon as she gives birth to the next one, take the first one and put him next to. And I did that. And she started kissing and cuddling both of them. But then she left them. So I had to like collect them because I couldn't leave them. She didn't want to stay in the whelping box. So I had to like take them into the box one by one because also it was August. August is kind of chilly here in SA. We like just getting out of winter. And so that was the beginning. That was when I was like, oh, I can't podcast. I have to take care of these dogs. I have to take care of these dogs. That's not what happened. But because I was so preoccupied with like taking care of them and making sure that they're okay, making sure that they survive, I to this day when I think about it, I cannot believe that they all survived. I've always heard that you lose at least one puppy in a litter. We didn't lose a single puppy in that litter. They all survived. They all got homes. So I kept 2. We have our firstborn, Oats, the one that we were like in boy. So we kept him, Oats, and we kept Kobe, the last born. We kept Kobe because Kobe was born on my son's bed. When I'm telling you, Zoe was pissing and shitting dogs all over the yard. That's literally what she was doing. Every dog was born in a different spot in the house. And I can tell you exactly what dog was born where. Okay. So yeah, in the family we kept 4. My sister-in-law um kept 2. I kept 2. A friend of mine kept 1. A neighbor kept 1 and another neighbor kept the other one. Sadly, okay, I'll tell you everyone's names. Firstborn is Oats. Oats is with us. Secondborn is Mila. She's with my neighbor. She came to visit last week. She's so beautiful. She's so stunning. Thirdborn was no, I'm lying. Second born is no. Yeah, it's Mila. And then third born was Chloe. So here's also what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you guys because we named them. We had like now they have their real names that it's their names. Some of them kept their birth names. Others like their birth names were changed. So first one is Oats. That's our dog. So that was his name. We chose his name before he was even here. Okay. And then the second one was Oreo. Oreo is now Mila. And then the third one was Barbie because during that time is when the Barbie movie was like out. So we named her Barbie and her name now is Chloe. And then we had Bambi. Bambi is the one that's with my friend. Oh, Chloe's with my sister. Bambi is with my friend. His name is now Sky. Okay. Fifth born was Snow. He kept his name. Sixth was Bo. He kept his he kept his name, Bo. He's also with my sister. And then we have Kobe, and Kobe stayed with me, and he also kept his name. So only three of them changed their names. Only Oreo, Barbie, and Bambi. Chloe, Mila, Chloe, and Sky. And sadly, Snow unfortunately didn't make it because the home he went to, they had a bigger dog. Something happened there, and the dog played a little too rough with him and injured him, and so Snow died. This was in November that we lost Snow. So six of them are all alive. The parents are healthy, they're good, you know. And yeah, and I was like, look, no more dogs. I'm not hosting or babysitting or nothing. No female dogs no more. Like, nope, not doing it. Um, but I kept just males, and they're getting along very well. As the show progresses, I think you guys will meet them one by one. I have Kobe here, but he's napping, and I don't want to disturb him. Yeah, it's just Kobe. I thought Oats was here as well. So yeah, that's now one thing that happened. So I was really preoccupied with the dogs, and then not long after the dogs, just that concern of making sure that they all have homes and that they have good homes and that they are well raised, taken care of, then, all the vaccinations and all of that stuff that I had to do with my dogs, like in the everybody else like sorted out their own dogs because I was like, no, I'm not doing all of that. But everybody's healthy. I've seen every single one of them except Snow. Snow, the last time I saw Snow is when he left. I didn't see him after that. And and then I had my mom in love's 60th birthday party. It was such a beautiful event. My parents came through from Mozambique. We went to her hometown and it was such a nice time. And my aunt was here to help me out with all the preparations. The entire family was there. Obviously, her kid, my husband, his sister, the cousins, everybody was like there. And it was just so beautiful. We had such a great time. And right after that, that was in October. After October, it was like um getting ready now for vacation and getting ready for exams and all of that stuff. In between all of this, I started to do the TEFL online teaching course because I was like, yo, I need to like do something. So that also was taking my time. So I got preoccupied and other stuff. I told you a long story about the dogs, but it's not like the dogs were necessarily like the priority. A lot of other things were happening in my life that were actually more of a priority than the dogs. The dogs are just such a nice story to tell. And to say that, I went home in December and I saw my entire family in Mozambique. It was so dope. It was one of the best times I've had with family. I miss home so much already, just thinking about it because it was beautiful. We hung out in a way that we hadn't before. Um, my cousins and I all have grown. Debbie, who saw me last year, she has a beautiful baby boy. Becky has two beautiful daughters. My other cousin wasn't around, but she has two beautiful boys as well. And my younger cousins, who used to be so shy, and just to see them out of their box, like everybody has grown and matured. Like we are adults, I have my son, and we never before hung out and spent so much time together as we did last year. And doing that was very, very revitalizing for me. It was very nice to be with my family. I'm always with family this side, and obviously I love them, and it's always beautiful to be with them. But having had that time with my family, my aunties and my uncles and my little cousins, the tiny ones, and the grandkids, it was just such a beautiful time. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And another interesting thing I did was I went for a therapy session. My first one since my pregnancy. Mainly because I was feeling stuck, right, with regards to everything, with my work, with my life, with my just in general. I was feeling very like trapped. So I thought, let me just see someone. And that was also very, very healing experience. I did one session, but it's somebody that I have a very good relationship with. I'm sure that will speak more in the coming weeks or months, depending on how it goes. But all this to say that all this really kept me away, but I never really lost that urge to continue doing it. I lost the willingness to do the extra work, and worse off because I included video. And video is challenging for me because I'm visually impaired, I'm short sighted, I don't see as well. And I'm still at a stage where I am editing my own stuff by myself, right? I don't have a problem with that. I'm okay with that. I think I've found a way around it. But to do it, do that on top of researching and scripting and stuff, it just didn't feel good. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. Where's my water? I wasn't enjoying this anymore. I dreaded sitting and prepping and all of that. I enjoy more just sitting down and talking. I can tell myself, like, today I want to talk about this and this and this, and then just speak off by heart. I'm capable of speaking for a very long time by myself. I do it a lot. In fact, I think that with my friends, I can like talk. I have the most talking bandwidth of all my friends. So we could be in conversation, and then I'm just like, wow, 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 wow. Like I'm just like going at it, okay? So I can talk. I do not have a problem with talking. I just need to talk from an open mind, from a genuine space. I struggle to talk when it's like limited. And scripting did that. It just caged me, and I couldn't, like, it just got boring for me very quickly. So yeah, I came to the conclusion that that's one of the main reasons why I just wasn't enjoying doing this anymore, but the urge to continue doing it was always there. So I came back, and funny enough, when I did episode 49 about focus and all of that, I didn't even market that episode very well. I didn't promote it as well as I do everything else. I was like, ugh. And then I'm like, okay, let me do 50, let me do 50, let me do 50, and then take a break and then readjust and all of that. And I kept postponing because I was like, what am I even going to talk about in 50? I can't do an episode where I'm like, oh, guys, listen, I don't enjoy this anymore. No, it just felt a little bit tacky. And that's funny because I'm actually doing it. I'm actually doing it. I didn't look at it that way. But it felt tacky then because it just felt weird. Um, but I just then decided, look, let me just talk. Let me just talk. If I have someone here with me, I'll talk with that person. If I don't have anyone here with me, I won't talk. Um, I put a lot of like in thought into like, oh, if I have somebody on a call, how am I going to also include that in video, yada, 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 and all of that. And like just having to figure all that shit out made me so tired. It exhausted me. Just thinking about it exhausted me. And yeah, I was just like, you know what, let me just do something that's effortless. Hold on. Yeah. I come back. Look, I brought Kobe. I don't know if you guys will be able to see him. He came with me. I just had to go sort something out. So this is Kobe. He's very dirty. Ugh. So this is our youngest. Okay, okay. And then and they all look so different. The dogs all look so different. Come, Odie. Come, boy. Come, boy. Come, big brother. And then this is Oats. This is Odie. This is Oatie. Hello, Oatie. Say hello, microphone. This is Oats. And this is our first boy. So these are my new dogs. These are my new dogs. Milo's outside somewhere. Hey, boy. Thank you. And, whoops. Let me see something. So, yeah. I don't know what I was saying before this, but I can't remember what I was saying at all. But I hope you could see the dogs. I'm even doing the video in a different way, so I can't like see myself. But I'll figure this shit out. I'll figure it out, you know. But I need to sanitize. Cause I don't know. It's weird. I've got all these puppies, but I'm constantly like, ooh, my hands. So yeah, I'm at a stage now in my life where I am trying to not okay. This is a woman thing to do. I don't want to put pressure on myself. I wanna take it easy and all of that. I'm not gonna say that. Let me say it this way. I'm trying to figure shit out. I don't have it all figured out yet, you know? I have needs. I have things that I have to prioritize, needs that I need to, not sexual. I don't know. I just feel like every time somebody says, I have needs, you're like, okay, you're the fuck. No, not in that context. I need to just, I have things that I need to figure out, right? I don't need to necessarily like say them. But I have come to the conclusion that I have been running, you know, in this rat race where I had no place in it. Um, there's this trap that we generally fall into as people, you know, where you grow, you're in your 30s, and people start to question you. Where are you in your life? Why aren't you where you're supposed to be? Why are things done that way? And for as much as I'd love to be that person that's like, I don't give a fuck what people think, it's none of their business, you know. I don't know how many people genuinely feel that way, but it annoys me that it's something that I have to consider people's perception of me. And the fact that it matters is something that I have to accept. I don't know what to do to make it not matter. But the thing is, if people's perception of me doesn't matter, then what is the point, right? If I don't care how people view me, then why do I do anything? So I think there's something a little bit disingenuous behind the whole, I don't care what people say, I don't care what people think. There's some people whose approval or validation I don't care for. But there's a lot of people whose approval and validation I care for. And those are people. So just because you disregard a group of people that you don't care for doesn't mean that the group that you care for doesn't exist. So I do care about perception. I do care about the goals that I've set for myself that I haven't achieved at this age. It's starting to like creep in, like in girl, you know? So I've decided that I need to take time to focus on what really matters, what is priority, and what is viable for me. And to do so, I cannot spend time on things that are not um, that are inconsequential to me. Whether I do them or not, they don't matter. I can't spend time on those things. If I analyze or try to consider should I whether or not I should do something or not, and I come to the conclusion that whether I do this or not, it's inconsequential and there's no real harm in not doing it, then what is the point? Why waste my time with it? I need to be sure of the consequences attached to me making a certain type of decision or committing to something. So I'll see how this goes. I will see how I can make this more palatable for me, right? I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know where this podcast is gonna end up, but I enjoy doing it. That's just it. Like I actually do just enjoy doing it. I think there's a point where I put a lot of effort into like, oh, I need to grow this to make money, da 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 da. But then low key, like, and I enjoy doing this. So I've come to the conclusion, thanks to my friend Ellie, that I should really find a way to create a form of freedom for myself, financial, whatever else. Somebody knock. But in order for me to not use something that I enjoy as that medium. So I came to the conclusion that using podcasts, something that I enjoy doing, talking and just sharing my thoughts, using this as the thing that is going to create my freedom is going to be very stressful. I need to find something that I can focus on with the intention to that bringing me to that point of comfort and just peace, So we'll see how it goes. There's something else I wanted to share with you guys, but I can't remember. But we'll see. There's also other shows. I would love to still do, the Untanglement. I would love for the other shows to come back, but everybody's in such a different place. I think things have happened to so many people. And this is in relation to the other shows within the Neon Bloom network. That, everybody just has to really prioritize their thing. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And yeah, I've come to terms with how I need to move forward. Oh, another thing that changed, my son went back to school. So I'm not homeschooling anymore. And that opens up my own time for myself a lot more. Things that I don't have to really wake up and think, oh my God, I have to assist him with his lessons or whatever. Now we're just working on like um I have to go, guys. Okay, now we're just working on thingies. I have to go. Everybody's not home and there's no remote. But here's the thing. I know I'm ending this very much abruptly. I love you. Thank you so much for being with me throughout all these years, through all these months, and through everything that, all these ups and downs. But I love you. I have to go very abruptly. I'll see you again, guys, next time.